What's up, good people? We got a Sunday show for y'all. Hopefully Ty jump on. But as you can see, we got Big Al back and Kurt Al out enjoying this beautiful weather. What's going on, fellas?
Yeah, what's
Not
up,
much,
bro?
man. How good people out there doing?
All
What's
right. What's
happening?
going on, Cam, bro? What's going on? Hey, that's my guy. What's going on, Cam? So, anybody got any rants or anything we want to do before we jump into what ha- what,
Nah.
what happened this weekend in basketball?
Nope. Told y'all.
No.
I'm
Okay,
I'm
my
not
bad.
I'm not about to be known as the ranter, so
Too
I'm
late.
cool.
Put my shirt on.
Too late. Too late. Thanks for the support, Cam. Hey, do me a favor. Share this in Global Sports Junkies for me, bro. You know I ain't in there no more. So real. We got our NBA Finals matchup. We got the Indiana Pacers versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Gotta admit, I thought the Knicks was gonna pull out the Eastern Conference series. They didn't. Kurt, can you tell me what was the biggest reason why the Knicks, the Indiana Pacers are going to the NBA Finals?
Uh, Coaching
Okay,
styles of play clash with each other, mainly coaching.
I agree with that.
Rick Carlisle, when he got signed in what I think it was 21, came in as a hard nosed defensive guy, and the Pacers weren't that. They're still not that. So he had to change. He had to do something that coaches often don't do, and just change up his philosophies and his thought processes.
He
And
adjusted.
he adjusted and made them an offensive team that's going guys at least try on defense, at least play a passing lane or something.
That's fair.
Um, and then just it's a bad matchup for the Knicks. It's a very bad matchup. Um, Many of y'all know I'm a huge Jalen Brunson fan. This series was almost a detriment to what he is as a basketball player.
Explain.
He didn't look good at all. Um, he became a, dare I say, Luca, LeBron, Harden type basketball player.
Felt like he
The
was already.
ball was in his hands was 18 seconds of possession at least, and it's just
I feel like he was
it just
already.
it.
He was already
That's
there.
what superstars do. See,
No, that ain't what superstars do. You can play without the ball some. I think this was an indictment on the Knicks roster. They need a point guard. If they need somebody who can handle the rock when Brunson is not, so Brunson can play off the ball. I think what was it, game 4, maybe game 4, when he played off the ball a lot more. The Knicks have
Game
looked a
five.
lot better.
Game
Game
five.
5. I don't know if that needs to be Josh Hart, and I dare I say Josh Hart handling the rock, being a point guard, but um, again, and then Halliburton. Halliburton, I know Bray's not a fan. Even though he says he is, I'm not a fan of Halliburton. But he's played a hell of a series. He's a hell of a basketball player at this point. This is back-to-back conference finals. Now he's going to NBA finals. Um, he is the sidekick to a champion who beat KD and Steph Curry in one championship. So former All Pro, All NBA,
okay.
former NBA All Star Pascal Siakam. So the Pacers have a decent team. It's not a lot of star power, but they have a good team for them and for what Carlisle wants to bring to the table. I think the Knicks have a lot of questions they need to answer this off season. What are you gonna do with Mitchell
Knicks ain't the
Robinson?
Knicks. Yeah, Knicks ain't getting back.
What you doing with Mitchell Robinson? What are you doing to get that bench together? Are you gonna keep Tom Thibodeau? Like, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. But it
No,
was a great
they don't.
series, very enjoyable to watch.
What you think?
No, hold on. You said it's a bad matchup for the Knicks. Who do they match up against, man? Why was that a bad matchup?
Contrast of styles. The Knicks aren't trying to run up and down the court. Pacers are Pacers are getting fast break points off inbound, off made shots. Knicks aren't trying to run. As you can see, Jalen Brunson holds the ball for 18 seconds in the shot clock. They are not trying to run. They are not a fast break team. They do not stop the fast break. They are a half court defensive team that gets half court offense. So it's a bad matchup.
That's a bad matchup, or is bad coaching, man.
I will, in my eyes, both.
Like if you see how that shit going down, like you know what I mean? Don't you adjust to that?
You look at again, was it game 5? Deuce McBride played more. Shout out to Cincinnati. You saw Landry Shamet actually on the court. That random guy named Wright. Nobody really knows who he is, but he gave you some random guy named Wright. He gave you some meaningful minutes. Like these are things that Tom Thibodeau needs to look in the mirror. Like, you know what? Maybe I need to stop being so hard nosed. Maybe I need to stop playing guys 45 minutes a night, especially against a team that's running for the whole 48 minutes. Cats ain't got legs, so questions got to be answered.
So I would agree and disagree. I would disagree with the thought process that it was a bad matchup. I picked the Knicks for a reason, to start the series.
I did too.
So I don't believe it was a bad matchup. I do believe that you can put. I do agree with you with the coaching, from the standpoint of adjusting, to what you're supposed to be doing, to the team that you're playing. Basically, I think before the series started, I think everybody would agree that whoever won the series was going to dictate pace. The Pacers dictated the pace. Essentially, what you have to do with the New York Knicks is you have to slow the game, the pace of the game down, which they were able to do in Game 5. They did a beautiful job of that in Game 5 and made the Pacers play more in the half court, which is what you want them to do. I think you want Tyrese Halliburton to not be playing just full speed ahead and just being able to live in the paint. You want him to have to come off those pick and rolls and have to make a play and have to choose to be a little bit more aggressive. Whereas in a full court, he's a monster in a full court. He can see the whole floor. He's a lot what I think what people thought Lonzo was going to be. Lonzo Ball was going to be in the NBA.
Chill out.
No, seriously.
Chill
it's not a slight to Lonzo. Lonzo, it has not become what people thought he was going to be in the NBA. What I think people thought he was going to be in the NBA is Tyrese Halliburton. That's literally what I would say. I believe people thought Lonzo was going to be in the NBA. A guy who dictated pace, was able to shoot the three, was able to make guys around him better. I think that's what people expected from Zoe. And when Lonzo Ball is at his best, that's what he's doing. I do agree with the fact that some of their how they choose to use their personnel on offense is a problem as well. They don't have a playmaker, a guy who can play make outside of Jalen Brunson as far as making plays. I don't think that you necessarily need another point guard. You just need somebody who can play make. I mean, and that's not necessarily hard to find. Or you need to install an offense that allows guys to play a different way. You can adjust your offense. Either one of those things can be a thing. You can run more of your offense through Cat, which would require for him to play more in the post, as opposed to just trying to play bully ball and run through people. So I think there's an adjustment period. I think maybe you add one or two pieces, nothing big, just one or two pieces that just you're right there. I mean, you guys were 2 wins away from an NBA Finals. You're not that far off. So with the Knicks, I don't think it's an overhaul thing. I don't think it's, you need to trade this guy, trade that guy. I think it's just addressing, getting a piece in free agency that makes sense, that can help. And I think it's a challenge to Tibbs to make that roster work a little bit better than it did this year. That's it.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think they had to, even free agency. I kind of been like, now Cam Payne is the worst player in the NBA. I need him off that roster.
Is it Cam Payne or is it TJ McConnell? Which one is it?
It's Cam Payne is the worst player in the NBA.
Is it Alex Caruso? I mean, I feel like you just hate backup point guards at this point, bro.
No. Cam Payne is the worst player in pro basketball. Now, I think his minutes needs to go to Tyler Kolek. I don't know why. I feel like it would work better with him as opposed to campaign. But I'm gonna ask you a question. How do you not see it as a matchup problem for the Knicks and Pacers when this is the second year in a row they've lost to this team in the postseason?
Well, I don't feel like it's a matchup problem because last year they went 7 with them, and then that 7-game. Hold on. And then in that 7-game series, they didn't have Julius Randle. They were a banged up team. They went 7 games last year without their second best player even on the floor, which is one of the reasons why I took them this year. Because I'm like, all right, you got Cat this year. You added a guy in
Towns.
No, not Towns. Yeah, kid they got from Brooklyn. I don't know why I don't know.
Oh, Bridges. Mikal Bridges, man. Yeah. Disrespect.
Yeah. My bad. You added him, which gave you another 3-and-D guy, a guy who's a perimeter defender. So, in my opinion, you should have been able to elevate from where you were last year. The thing that I didn't take into account was the fact that the Pacers got better this year, and obviously they built even more camaraderie. I completely I ain't gonna lie to you. I overlooked the fact that Pascal Siakam, this was his first full year in Indiana. So they've had a healthy team.
Champion who beat KD and Curry in the finals.
I don't know why that is a thing, but I mean, you got better. You built camaraderie with Pascal Siakam, who is your second best player. He and Tyrese were able to kind of figure things out, so they also did get better. So I will actually acknowledge that I overlooked that piece of it. But ultimately, like I said,
but for the Knicks, did you? I mean, you got better on paper. Yes, you got better as a team. But for this particular matchup, you brought in two guys that are half court players. Brought in again. That's my concern. Like, at some point, like you got to get an easy bucket. But like, this was your concern with the Lakers. They don't get a lot of easy buckets, not a lot of fast breaks because they're a half court team. This is the same with the Knicks.
I don't think it's necessarily the same with the Knicks as much as it's philosophy. That's it. It's not necessarily personnel because OG and Bridges, they can get up and down the floor. Josh Hart, they can get up and down the floor. You know, the question is, do you want to play at that pace? Is that even realistic with your point guard? That he wants to play at that pace. Like what's the best for that team to be able to go? And if it is to slow the pace down, and if it is to play a grind out type of game, which is what I expected them to do all year, and how they were going to win this series, then why did you change and not try? Because I think the best players at being able to control pace that I've seen in the history of the game is LeBron James, Luka Doncic. Those two guys are at the top of my list. Guys who can control a pace. Teams want to play at a fast pace. They're able to control that pace and slow the game down. So I think from Mikal Bridges' standpoint, he's just got to do a better job of controlling that pace. And honestly, I like the fact of what they were able to do in Game 5 when they were actually able to just pick them up full court, which made Tyrese have to be a little tougher for him to actually get into those sets. So, and especially it's a lot easier when it's a lot easier to set up your defense when you're taking the ball, when other team has to take the ball out of the rim. They also had a ton of turnovers that you can't just turnovers that you got to rectify, which is why I say another ball handler would be nice.
Yeah. The turnovers, again, and we'll get into it, but that's going to be the key to the finals. These are two teams that want to turn you over, and if they turn you over, they're running, they're scoring. They get hyped up and amped up off points off turnovers. So the Knicks, I didn't think the Knicks were a high turnover team. I didn't know the stats very well, but no way you can win that game. 15 turnovers plus on the road and in a closeout game, you're not winning.
Yep. You're gonna lose that game. Ty, what's going on, T?
What's up, homie?
Thanks for joining us, bro. Thanks for joining us, brother. So what we talking about right now is what ultimately defined what won the series for the Indiana Pacers. Why are they going to the
Hold on, Mr. Boykins, what teams did you have winning in them games, sir?
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them blew it. So we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that.
I just wanted to know, man. 'Cause I mean,
We gonna get to that. 'Cause there's some people that
Lord
owe me
have
some
mercy.
There's some people that owe me some explanations. 'Cause you go off all knowing people thinking they know it all and players and this. Nah, we
Hey,
got
say
some
their
things.
names, yo.
We got some things like y'all had me. Y'all know I ain't no Anthony Edwards guy. He even went to the greatest football university of all time, Georgia. Still wasn't no guy. Still wasn't no fan. I put my faith in him, but he made me look like a fool in front of everybody. Never again. Never again. Not happening. But we gonna get into that in a second. I gotta. That should be my rant. Well, that's gonna be my rant. 'Cause I'm gonna unleash on Buddy. But yeah,
You got a problem with it, man. What's up? What's up, Ty? What you think decided the series, bro?
Man, the people that won was supposed to win, man. It wasn't about to go no other way. The two teams that came out that's going to the championship, they was gonna win. And it was noticeable in every game who was about to score them points on them little buddies out there and who was gonna go up and get them wins, man. It was a simple pick, man. I don't know why your boy can try to go against the grain, but I guess, man.
All right, well, let's get into the West. Why is the Oklahoma City? Because I really want to hear this one because from Kurt, because we definitely had a discussion about. I think it was me, Ty, and Kurt on a pod a couple months ago, and I think Kurt was very dismissive of Oklahoma City. So I want to know why. I want to know why they going to the finals.
Two reasons. First of all, let me get to Ant real quick. Ant is not the guy. They need an alpha guy. They don't need someone.
Oh, wow.
They don't need a slick talker to the media who says great funny sound bites. They need a guy who is not gonna say things like, "Oh, I didn't struggle because I only took 8 shots." So you can't struggle.
He didn't say that.
Shots. Like we don't. No, you finish with me because 2 weeks ago he was the King Slayer, the veteran slayer, and all this, and now it's he's only 23. No.
But what's that got to do with OKC though?
He nutted up. Excuse my French. He nutted up. Now Kurt was right about Rudolph Gobert. Kept telling y'all, Buddy is useless on the basketball court. Useless. If he lived in Cincinnati, he'd be working the UDF. He's that useless. It's a free reign to the paint with him in the paint. He can't move his feet. He gives.
Ain't nobody asked you about them, man.
Literally zero on offense.
He's not his point is that
they ain't play nobody. That's what you said.
They didn't. Minnesota lost the series.
Minnesota lost. They didn't. OKC didn't win.
Minnesota lost. Mike Conley gave you absolutely nothing, and that's expected because Mike Conley is 37 years old. He played 2 years in college, 1 year in college. Buddy cannot run with these young bucks. He should have been coming off the bench. Mike Conley is a great leader for the locker room. He's a great floor leader. You can lead from the floor on the bench. There wasn't a serious.
Let's take the first round though, man. They got you to the conference finals. Like you can't.
Yeah, but it's every round is different. You're not coaching this game the same way you coach that game. And if you do that, you're never going to win a championship because you have to adjust. You have to adjust. A series is a series. It's game by game. OKC made adjustments. They're the first team in NBA history to lose a playoff game in a series by 40 and still win the series.
Well, say that.
Like,
don't start with the like. Say what you know what I mean.
What you think, Al? What you think, Al?
Man, I ain't watch that shit. You know
that. We know. We know. So we breaking down.
What you think, Ty?
I told it, man. That hold on. Are we talking about SGA here right now with Oklahoma?
You can go ahead.
What did
He's
I
doing
say?
it right though. You asked him about. He's gonna tell you about OKC. He ain't gonna talk about Minnesota. You know what I mean? Say your shit, Ty. Let him know.
Bro, I told you that boy SGA was about to go crazy, bro. I told you that was about to happen, bro. That boy putting up 35, 40 points a game, bro. Woo-wee! Buddy went crazy, man. I don't see them losing in the championship, bro.
How is Mike Conley not the issue when Mike Conley literally gave you nothing?
Why are you talking about the team? You ain't even talking about who won. Why you focus on them?
But I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. But I'm reading the comment. I'm trying to be,
Oh, I
interactive
can't
with
see
the
that
people.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't see that.
Put your glasses on, man. Yeah, there you go.
Man, they outside somewhere in the grass.
But this OKC team, SGA, I don't care that he goes to the free throw line a million times a game. My beef with him is don't throw that shoulder and then just throw the ball at the rim and then get the foul call. Like that, I hate that. You want to draw fouls, but don't throw a shoulder and just throw the ball.
You stay bringing up the foul, man. I'm tired of hearing that shit from you.
But OKC, the reason
he ain't gave him no credit yet. You gotta give him some credit, man.
Can I give the credit? The reason OKC is where they at, I think their whole starting five is over 6'6", so they long, they young, so they deflect every pass. They can deflect every pass, so they don't have to sit in the chair and play real on-ball defense. They're great defensively as a team because of their length and speed and their youth. Like
I don't think that don't mean they don't sit down in the chair though. Like they sit down and they play defense.
Lou Dort does.
I think all of them do. The whole team.
Jalen Williams can.
He's backhanded compliments, bro. All right, like, can I go? Can I go?
But y'all boy Chet Holmgren, 7 foot 140. He's not.
He bothers you.
Playing no defense.
We get it. He bothers you. We get it.
He doesn't bother me, but he's 7 foot 140.
Bro, you was asking for Julius Randle and Reed to put their elbow through the man's chest last week.
And they didn't. They
so literally halfway to decapitate this man.
Why would you put wrestling in basketball, man? We can talk about that on another show, man. Like, come on, man. Like,
hey, no, he right though. You supposed to. That's old school ball, man.
You got to. Hoopers know, man. You see a little skinny guy, test his manhood real quick.
Yeah, he bodied that motherfucker. That's his best, man.
That's basketball, but
the reason why the Oklahoma City Thunder are in the finals is the obvious. They're the best team in basketball. Period. They're the best team in basketball from top to bottom. They play the best together. And it's their time. They got we got to start having this conversation about SGA being a legit elite player. He's one of those guys. He may not be flashy with what he does, but you talking about a guy who averages 31, 7, and 6. The buddy is a basketball player, bro.
Nothing about no defense wasn't getting played on him. Nothing. He out there getting them up there.
He is a basketball player, and we've got to start acknowledging that. We got to start acknowledging that. No. Can I want to go over all of these points that you made, and then I'll let you come back with. All right, is that okay? All right. The other thing that I don't necessarily blame, I do blame some of the coaching because at some point I would hope that you would go ahead and put Willingham on the floor. At some point, try something. This is name Willingham, right?
Dillingham.
Rob. At some point, I would think you would try at least to put him on the floor. But to me, that's more so to take you back to what happened during the regular season. I feel like you needed to let him get those lumps and all that learning out the way during the regular season, so that the confidence is there come playoff time for you to actually be able to use him and him be safely in that rotation. That kid, you need another ball handler with Ant. I'm not even gonna put this loss on Ant for real. I'm not, because when you seeing double teams, triple teams, and 4 guys thrown at you, and you are the only ball handler on the floor. That's on coaching. That's on the coach not putting you in the best situation, not putting you in a better situation to be to be successful. So I'm not gonna
Is that
put
what
that
you
on.
said, boy? Was that your point?
I'm not gonna put that on Ant. I'm not gonna put that on Ant. I'm not. Everybody can sit up there and say, well, he should have shot 22, 23, 24 times. I mean, yeah, you can go to Kobe route. You can go to Kobe route and take a ton of bad shots. I'm not sure if that actually gets you where you want to be, but at least the last two games, I'm not gonna put on Ant-Man. I think he's 23 years old. I think there's some things he still got to learn. There's some things he still definitely got to learn, like playing out of the post more. I don't like the fact that he led the league in 3-point shots attempted this year and made. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that he plays that way. But I think that's part of the learning process. I don't know of too many guys who come in the league at 23 years old and win championships and know how to win outside of Magic Johnson, and that's pretty much it. He was asked to completely lead a team at that age. So that's where I'm at. But Oklahoma City, they're where exactly they're supposed to be. The Lakers weren't a threat. Clippers might have been. The Nuggets were banged up. They're exactly where they're supposed to be. Go ahead, Steve. I see you about to have a heart attack over there. So I'm gonna let you.
What?
I'm about to stroke out, man.
Whatever left of that hairline up.
Is this the same? Is it the same? He's the same 23
I hate
he
the Kobe
was.
comparison. I hate the Kobe comparison.
That's not a comparison. I'm not even gonna acknowledge that one. But is this the same? He's the same 23 he was in the first two rounds, right? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
He was 23 in the first two rounds, right? He didn't get younger. Oh, okay. And Mike Conley at one point was the highest paid player in NBA history.
That was years ago, brother.
So is he not a ball handler? Is he not a ball handler?
You just said he was 37 5 minutes ago, bro. He's not the same player.
Because he can't run with him, but he can still handle the ball.
No, he's not. Nobody's playmaking off of Mike Conley. Don't do that.
Like, we not about to give Ant a pass for taking 8 shots, bro. We're not about to do that. Because, listen, Terrence Shannon came in and got 15 points. Wop, 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 wop. Just like
Why was that?
We're looking at Ant and Randall, who choked. We're going to call it what it is. They choked.
Randall choked.
They choked.
I ain't going to say it about Ant. 5 points.
The supporting cast, I think, was it game 4 or game 3? The supporting cast gave you everything they had. Ant and Randall gave you nothing.
Absolutely. Randall gave you nothing. Randall gave you nothing. I'm not going to put that on Ant. Because
we're gonna put it on Ant.
No,
because you can't be a legend killer in one sentence and the next sentence you 23.
I have to acknowledge that the reason why those guys were able to play the way they were able to play was because the game plan for Oklahoma City was to literally take the ball out of Ant-Man's hands. They ran 2 and 3 defenders at him. So he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do.
Question.
Like it or not, we all want guys to put up 30 shots over 3 guys. I get it. But at the end of the day, those guys were able to score the way they were able to score because Ant-Man was making the right play.
Question.
What?
And I'm gonna just throw some names out there. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. These are all guys who don't teams game plan for them? Isn't the game plan every night to stop them make the right play?
Absolutely.
Don't we crucify LeBron for making the right play?
We haven't in crucial situations. Absolutely.
We do that, right?
In crucial situations.
So I'm not about to let a series go by and we just say, oh, he made the right play, so I'm not gonna blame him. No. If you do it with LeBron, which I do, I'm gonna do it with Ant.
That's fair.
And I'm not gonna use he's 23.
Oh,
he was 23 in the first two rounds. He's a legend slayer in the first 2 rounds. Now all of a sudden he's 23.
Well, I mean, let's call it what it is. They got a little bit of a bye versus Golden State, so I didn't call him legend killer in the second round. He got a little bit of a bye.
Curry lost another playoff series. That's standard. We know that.
Okay, put it on Steph. The first series, absolutely, he deserved the credit he got. He outplayed two guys that we talked about being top 10 players. Him and Julius Randle. They both elevated the game for that series. But there was a much better matchup. As I said before, the Lakers are not a good defensive team. What they got against Oklahoma City was the best defensive team in basketball, who was able to constantly run 2 or 3 athletic guys at him and make him give the basketball up. One of them being his cousin. So, well, no, that's SG. I'm tripping. One of them being Lou Dort, who's an elite defender in my opinion.
He is, because he sits in a chair. Lou Dort will lock you up. Lou Dort will get all in you. You know.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The Lakers were a good matchup for Minnesota, as opposed to, and obviously Golden State wasn't a matchup at all. You know, with their best player being gone. So
Minnesota has zero rim protection.
My only problem with Ant right now is what he said after he lost the playoffs was, I feel bad for Mike because, you know, he's older player. He's never won a championship. Me, I got all these other opportunities. Bro, I don't like that thought process of, I hate that thought process of you taking for granted the opportunity to win championships. I hated it when my guy, T.Y.
He's taking that the wrong way, man.
No. I hate it when T.Y. Bengals. Everybody said, "Oh, we penciling the championship no matter what after the champion after they won."
No, that's different. That's different.
No. I hated that. I hated that.
He was basically shouting out his boy Conley. Like that's like it was like you took that out of context.
This was a special Kettering Kittens shot that
man, go, man.
I couldn't.
No, he basically said about doing that. You know what I mean? He was shouting out Conley, man.
You saying you hate what?
I hated how Ant chose to sit up there and take for granted getting to a conference finals or a.
That's not what he was doing, man.
It came off that way. Even if that wasn't what he was doing, it comes off that way as if I'm young. I'm gonna have all these opportunities to get to an NBA.
In reference to Conley though, like if he didn't play with an old ass 37-year-old Conley, he wouldn't have said it.
The question though was, were you sad? Were you sad after? Are you sad after losing in the NBA Finals? He said, "Sad ain't the right word. It ain't not the right word to word. Use it." He said, "I'm excited because I'm excited about the offseason. I'm excited about getting better."
That's cool.
Love that.
What's wrong with it?
Hold on. Can I finish? Here's the problem that I had was him adding on the thought process of, if anything, I'm sad for Mike because this is his last go around where I get more opportunity. No.
Yeah.
One thing I have learned about the best winners and best winners I've ever watched play any type of sport is they hate losing more than they love winning.
Yep.
If you've ever listened to Tom Brady, if you ever listened to Kobe, Jordan, the guy, the things
Tiger Woods,
it's the ones that they lost. It's those losses that stick to them. That's why they're great champions. It's not the wins. They don't necessarily talk about wins all the time, bro. It's the losses. You ever heard Kobe talk about the Detroit loss, the Boston loss? That shit ate away at him, bro. So to me, if Cap really want to get to that point, he's got to start hating losing. Losing cannot be okay, bro. That
can't start hating losing.
Go ahead.
So you want somebody just to say all the time, "I hate losing." When they can say it one time and just be done with it.
When has he ever said he hate losing though?
They don't have to say it at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like it.
That's a loser mentality that y'all presenting right now. You
ain't know what you done won, yo.
Listen. Even me personally, I can't stand losing.
Nobody likes losing, yo.
But it's a difference.
Some people hate it.
Nobody likes losing.
Yeah, basically, basically, y'all just saying when you lose a game, keep it on your mind forever.
Yeah.
Don't never forget it.
That's what y'all saying.
You don't want them people to move forward.
Here's what I'm saying. I want you to hate losing more than you love winning.
You want him to tell you.
I want you to
wanna
be
lose.
I want you to
You
be
want
obsessed.
them to tell you that.
I
They don't owe
want
you
you to
that.
be, I want you to be obsessed with not losing a game, bro. That's what I was obsessed with not being a failure. With not
But
feeling
Kobe
failure.
was obsessed with winning games. I mean, yes, he was obsessed.
He was
The
obsessed.
this is what I'm saying. The training that Kobe did, nobody else in the league is doing right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So what do you say?
I think Kobe liked winning more than he hated losing.
He loved
You
winning.
don't know anything about Kobe. You hate Kobe.
I do.
I don't want to hear that Kobe talk from you.
We could agree to disagree, bro. We can agree.
I'm
Yeah,
keeping
we
it
gonna have
about it
to.
too.
We can
gonna
agree to disagree. But
I don't think it was losing for Kobe.
because-
I think for Mike it was losing.
Because
I think for Kobe it was winning.
like I said, because I watched y'all fan base, and I was using this as an example. I watched y'all lose the Super Bowl and
Yeah.
almost take that journey and what it means to get back there as if it was going to be easy to get back there for granted, and say, oh, we no. It may not have been UTY, but it was definitely fan base. It was definitely people that sat up there and said, we
I said it.
I
say it right now. I'll say it right now.
We're penciling in a
We
championship.
do know we
I'll
was
say it
one
right now.
on the Super Bowl again. It wasn't hard to get back there the next year.
Right.
Yes,
it is.
Have y'all been back? It is hard to get back.
Have y'all been
It
back?
is hard to get back. Y'all have not been back. The Kettering Health Kittens have not been back.
It was Burrow injured one of those years.
That's
He's
that.
injured
You take all of
multiple
that.
years.
You take
I'm
all of
just
that.
saying
into
though,
every
my
year.
point.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And this is what we had an argument at every time. Like
Oh,
this
hold on.
is
My
what y'all
point is-
don't bring up, bro.
But no,
Like,
but they're gonna say that's what makes it hard to get back.
Hard to
Health is part of
injuries
that.
happen.
Right.
is
They
part of
gonna
that, bro.
they're gonna say that's
It's
it makes it hard to get back.
losing your friend, your teammates.
That's all I'm saying. You can't control. You can only control what you can control. So when you get a chance to win a championship, you win a championship. That's it.
They'll be back though.
That's
No,
it.
they won't.
Definitely.
It's over.
They'll be back before. Hey,
I'm
they'll
just
be
saying,
back before any of these four teams
y'all-
left get back.
Hold up. And y'all Bengal haters, y'all always comparing Burrow
All right.
to two quarterbacks that ain't even never touched the Super Bowl field.
Hey, nah, that's real shit.
But
That's
hold
real
on.
shit.
No, hold on.
That's real shit.
But he ain't better than them though. He since he don't got the attributes. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up. Since he ain't got them attributes, y'all like, oh man, he ain't nothing. He ain't did. They ain't.
I'm gonna give you a chance to come back to that after we done with that.
Yeah,
we can come back to it. All right, fair? That fair? All right.
I guess.
All right. Now let's move on to the preview for the Pacers and OKC. Since TY seemed to be all knowing today. Who wins? Who wins the championship, bro? And why?
For me, I'm going with OKC. Boy, that boy, the little homie Shane, he about to bust another 45 on it.
Yeah, they're gonna score 79.
In how many games?
I think it's gonna be a little tougher than that. I'm gonna go. Let me see. I'm gonna go in 6.
6?
Let's say 6.
All right. See? Who you going with?
It's a sad day in the history of the great sport basketball.
Well, you gotta agree with me.
This is just sad. This is
You know it's about to happen, bro.
This is a sad day. Again, I told
you can't go with them.
It's a foreign agenda. I've been saying it for years. The last 7 MVPs have been foreign. This is an agenda. Ratings in Canada have shot up. It's going to be OKC in 6. We're about to see a bunch of. We're about to see a bunch of young cats who ain't had no bumps and bruises be handed a championship in 6 games. This is
Indy about to bust their ass,
this
man.
is a travesty. The
Al, you
great
taking
Indy
Indy?
about to bust their ass, yo.
You taking Indy? Al?
Larry Bird, who
Taking
Yeah,
Indiana?
Larry Bird never
Crazy
lost
shit, man.
a
What the
series to Michael
you just
Jordan. Is in the same conversation with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
he
Lord
just
have
asked you. He just asked you about that series, and all you did was say they didn't win it. Minnesota lost it. Now you picking these motherfuckers to win. How does that even make sense, yo? Nah, real shit. They ain't even
Yes,
winning the court. They ain't even supposed to be there according to you, but now they gonna
not.
win it all.
Yeah.
Cause what? Cause Indy gonna lose it again or what? They gonna win it or Indy gonna lose it? How you
Indiana
pick a
definitely.
motherfucker that didn't win
Indiana's
it? That
Indiana's gonna lose
Indiana
it if we want to
lucky.
be honest.
Indiana
huh?
lucky they was playing against that little zesty ass.
Man, these motherfuckers, man, they went through my boys. The cat like Indy, man, Indy, they playing, man.
No,
This
whoa. Your
boy
They
on
boys,
the
playing.
Knicks, bro.
Cleveland sucks. I mean, we have to get Cleveland
Nah,
still
he crazy
sucks.
as hell. See, they gone
The
somewhere.
2025 Atlanta Hawks, I think 2012 Atlanta Hawks. Come on, man. Cleveland sucks. All right, don't you basing your pick off Cleveland sucking? Like, come on, man. We're not about to do that.
Hey, man,
Cleveland,
nah, but they
Cleveland
beat,
wasn't
but they,
banged up. Buddy had an ingrown toenail. Still don't know what was wrong with DeAndre
Here
Hunter.
we
Still don't
go.
but
know what
Indy
was
still won.
Evan
Indy
Mobley.
still beat their man though. Indy still beat their man. We asked you about OKC. All you said was they lost.
I gave you
Or
why OKC.
you said Minnesota lost. You
I
ain't get
gave
no
you why
credit
OKC
OKC.
won. I did. I said they're long, athletic, and they lead the NBA in deflections. They're a fast break team. We're about to watch the NBA Finals. On paper, it looks good because it's the number one defense versus number one offense. But realistically, it's just that Halliburton character
So you taking it
versus
at 6?
the free throw merchant.
So you taking OKC in 6?
How many
OKC.
games see? You 6? All right.
This is
I gave 6.
unbelievable.
Definitely 6. That defense they about to put on them boys, it's gonna be way worse than the little zesty motherfuckers on the Knicks was.
I'm going gentleman's sweep. I'm going 5. I think this is over pretty quick.
Bye. I can see it.
I think this is over pretty quick. I don't see
Nah, man.
where Indiana has a matchup. I just really don't across the board. Chet versus Siakam. Give me Chet.
Give me Siakam. He's
give me-
beating Curry and KD in the NBA championship.
That's fine.
He's a Finals
That's fine.
MVP.
That's fine.
He's a Conference Finals MVP trophy winner.
Yeah,
All that.
rightfully
give me
so.
all NBA and All Star. Give me Siakam. Now.
Yep. I'm gonna take Chet.
$140.
Shay. Give me him over Tyrese. I know some people think
You would
that
take
Halliburton
Caruso
is-
over Tyrese.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, that.
No, I wouldn't.
Would you?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, you still lying about that? Okay.
No, I mean Tyrese Halliburton in the league right now is a top 5 to 6 point guard. I think that's fair. Top 5 to 6 point guard in the league. Me not thinking he's a superstar is not hating, bro. He's not a superstar.
You hate dude, but we gonna get that. That's
but-
fine.
Yeah, give me SGA. Nembhard. Give me Dort over Nembhard. Give me Lou Dort over Nembhard. So where's the matchup? But to me, where's the matchup? Where do
Miles Turner over Hartenstein?
Maybe depends on if his 3-point shot is hitting. That's a maybe for me. Cause he's 3-ball or bust. He's 3-ball or bust. If his 3-ball ain't hitting, this is over in 4. This is a sweep. So I think we are seeing the culmination of beautiful team building by 2 different teams on their way to getting here. I think Oklahoma City, without a doubt, Sam Presti deserves to finally have a championship under his belt for his ability to evaluate talent because he's done this on 2 different occasions. First in 2012, now here in 2025. Sam Presti has shown that he is a true great GM. So I mean, I think this is over in 5 games, bro. Easy. Now, I do think the Pacers bench could throw a wrench in it. Absolutely. How do you not deserve to win a championship when you've drafted 4 different MVPs? That man has drafted 4 different league MVPs in the span of 10 years, brother. Name me another GM that's done that.
Can you name the 4 MVPs for the people at home?
Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, he didn't quite draft Shai, but
Well, he traded for Shai. I'm sorry. He traded for Shai, and the Clippers were dumb enough to deal him. In a trade that nobody thought was good at the time. A lot of people was like, "Oh, well, you got Paul George and the Clippers. They're gonna win a championship."
no, I wasn't. PG Stink, no.
Yeah. I absolutely. I definitely believe they do have
Playoff
an edge in coaching. Because what's his name is Carlisle's been fantastic. I mean, he's one of the most underrated coaches probably in the history of basketball. But I do like Oklahoma City.
They won shit.
But here's the thing though. Is that his job? If I'm giving you the talent, the head coach's job is to win a championship. His job is to evaluate talent, right? It's to put a team together, put the collection of talent on the floor.
General manager, he's managing the team. Yes, it's his job. He has to win.
But it's his.
So he just got a bunch of good players.
That's his job. My job as the general manager is to put the roster together. If you screw it up as a head coach, that's not on me. Is it? Unless you want to sit up there and say he hires the head coach. But I think the owner in Oklahoma City is hiring the coach. So how is that on Sam Presti?
I have to agree with our listener. I wouldn't use the word deserves. That's players don't even deserve championships. So you have to earn it. We in a world where nobody deserves anything. Nobody's given anything. You have to earn it. So we're not doing deserves.
That's the coaching you talking, ain't it?
Yeah. Don't deserve no.
Whatever, man. I want to get into one more topic before we go ahead and double back to what TY was trying to bring up. So I think this would be fun to do, and I think even Al could actually give us some good insight on this one.
I can't even hear y'all, man.
You can't hear him? Can you hear me, Kurt?
We can hear you. He's laying down sleep. That's why he can't hear you. Move on. Keep going.
So,
See, talking shit. I can't even hear y'all.
Who
I know C said something.
Who would you take? The 2012 Oklahoma City Thunder, the 2025 version of OKC.
It's not even a question.
I think it is a fair question. If you had to have a team, who would you have? Who would you rather have? I think it's a fair question. You taking 2012, obviously, right?
Duh.
What about you, T.Y.?
What do you mean? If Sam Presti, who deserves a ring, if all he had to do was give Harden $10 more million, they would have had three-peated. That team would have three-peated.
It's his long mistake as a GM. We get that.
I mean, it cost him 3 titles.
It definitely did. Go ahead, T.Y.
Ah, man. I mean, that is kind of hard, but
okay. So
I think I'm gonna go with 12 though, man, because I mean they had that talent on that team, and man, they ran into somebody that we all know is.
They ran into a super team.
Here we go.
They ran into the Miami Avengers.
Definitely. Yeah. They definitely did, bro. Yeah, yeah.
You think
they ran into Wade and the Temptations.
So,
But did they? But they was they really defending like the 25 is right now for real?
nope.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why it's kind of hard because they had the
Kevin
offensive
Durant don't.
side. The
Kevin Durant
offensive
don't play
side
defense.
it's clear though. On the offensive side, it's clear to me. It's 2012 all day. It was there, but that defense 25 all day.
Kevin Durant and Harden don't play defense. Never have, never will. So that's why.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's
Whatever. He has to take a shot at KD in some facet.
I literally said Kevin Durant and Harden.
No,
So your little
I know.
KD love got stopped.
You said KD a few times before you said Harden, bro.
Well-
KD don't play defense. KD and Harden, bro. I let it slip like 2 or 3 times, and you kept saying it. So that's the only reason why I brought it up. But KD play defense. Yes, he does, Darius. But we all know you going.
Yeah, he
Sure,
plays
man.
defense on his Twitter.
You know that defense sometimes, man.
He defends his name on Twitter, but he doesn't defend a ball handler on the hoop court. So yeah.
So I'm taking 2025, bro. As a team.
Oh my goodness.
As a team, I feel like they mix so much better than that 2012 team. While the team in 2012, you could sit up there and say they got 3 MVPs. That's obvious. I don't think they played well together. I think that there was a lot of your turn, my turn. There was no clear consensus alpha because you had
Kevin Durant's not one.
Well, first of all, at that point in time, was KD the best player? Was Russell Westbrook the best player? James Harden was still kind of figuring out what his role was. He was still coming off the bench. They really didn't kind of know that. They didn't really know what they were doing with James. Like KD even said,
I thought KD was the best player on that team.
I believe he was the best player, but in 2012, I do believe there was a little bit of a strain there between who was the guy.
Yeah, cause man, bro, Westbrook and that other motherfucker with the beard, he just get on my nerves whatever team he go to, man. Like it's hard, and he just get on my fucking nerves, man. Like it's like, what are you gonna do, man? You gonna keep skipping to my Lou on the 3, or is you gonna get these 2 points, or what you gonna do?
That's the other part of it. Russ, do I trust Russell Westbrook in key moments to make the right?
There it is. I was waiting for you to.
Do I trust it? Do I trust it? I trust SGA. I trust SGA now. That ball gonna be in SGA hands, and I'm gonna trust him to get it home. They got that guy that you gonna put it in his hands, and no matter what, I trust him. I trust him to get it home.
Didn't you just say KD the best player? Shouldn't the ball be in KD's hands?
He was, but I don't think
because he's not an alpha. He's not the guy.
At that time, I don't believe he was an alpha.
He's
still
not an alpha. He's an alpha on X, or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. But
why do you hate Durant so much, man? Why do you hate Durant so much, man?
It's not a hate. He is what he is.
At least it's somebody else besides me that had to ask the question.
It's not a hate. It is what it is.
Everybody sees it, so I mean, it's.
He's an efficient scorer. That's what he is.
He's one of the greatest.
7-foot efficient scorer.
He might as well be a Bengal, man. The way you hating on that man like that, man.
He's one of the greatest efficient players of all time. You right.
But to finish my soliloquy, everybody
don't even have 30,000 points, bro.
To everybody on Oklahoma City this year, you know what their role is. They know what their role is. Ain't nobody trying to be SGA. They know SGA is that guy, and everybody else falls in a place where they get in. They're a better team as opposed to where Oklahoma City, great talent, obviously, but they were still kind of figuring out where everybody was supposed to mesh at. Because to me, James Harden was probably the best point guard on that team. As far as point guard skill, I would have rather have had the ball in James Harden's hands 46 minutes of that 46 minutes of the game. Everything run through James, and then KD should be your closer. That's how I would have did. and then Russ play off of them. But that's just how I always felt about that.
Yeah, I mean, has Russ really ever been able to play off anybody though? Because he just, I don't know, man. His game was kind of.
All right. We're not about to let Beastbrook this
I'm
Beastbrook
saying.
slander continue. We're not about to let this Beastbrook slander
We
continue.
is, because I mean,
We're not. I sat back. I was letting y'all get y'all's off. We're not about to do this.
Oh,
Mr.
he's
Triple-double.
he's
When
retiring
Jokic-
as a Charles Barkley. Let's just throw it out there.
okay, hold on. That report of him retiring is not true. That's not
Oh, it ain't true.
that's not a real report. Yeah, somebody made that.
he just had he made a statement. He had hand surgery.
Yeah, that's not real.
Like, but we not about to Mr. Triple-double, a former MVP. And
Great
if
player.
it wasn't for
Stop
And
What's
ain't
up?
won shit, man. We hold on. We gonna. He
Top 50
ain't
if it
all
wasn't
won
for the call,
shit.
I'm saying if it wasn't for the call against LeBron, and I think it was Game 2 in that 2012
He
series.
ain't got
If it
to
wasn't
do
for that call, they could.
Might be a
they
different
might have had a
series.
ring.
Might be a different series. The
So,
non-call. The non-call. It was a
non-call.
non-call. Yeah, the non-call.
Yeah, if we might be having a different conversation
I agree with that.
now because Westbrook plays at a pace that again is Westbrook's pace. He's gonna give you 110%. Now, is it always effective?
At
No,
the end during the
it's not-
game.
it's
That
not always
motherfucker
effective. But
at
if you-
20% from the first to the third quarter.
that ain't. He's not efficient. So you got a non-efficient guy with Mr. Efficient. So it works.
That's why it works so well. I'm
That's
not gonna
why
be
it
honest
works.
with you. That's why I loved the mixture of, and that's why I said it when it happened. When KD left, he screwed up both his career and Russell Westbrook's career. Because I believe those two meshed so well because they were polar opposites of each other. They could balance each other out if they could figure out just how to get over the hump. I definitely believe that.
KD knew who to go to. He knew he knew who he was gonna win a championship with. That's why he went on. That's why he went to the light skin thing.
If they would have had a more strong-willed coach who could convince KD, like, give me one more year. Give me one more year. We this is gonna get figured out. Be mature enough, but as we see now, he's 37.
Hold on, who was their coach when KD was there?
Scott Brooks and what's the guy from Florida?
Billy Donovan.
Oh, okay.
But again, and this is not a slight to Scott Brooks. Scott Brooks is a hell of a coach. You needed I don't know how to say it. You need a more aggressive style coach. I'm not a Phil Jackson guy, but Phil Jackson is the GOAT of managing egos.
They coach who now? Perry?
Hmm?
The coach on Golden State right now.
Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr, yeah, Kerr. I said Kerry, Kerr, yeah.
I don't know if Kerr hasn't handled Draymond. And he's just I think
we talking about Draymond, man. He's
but I'm just saying, like,
hold on. To sit up there and say he hasn't handled Draymond, he's won 4 rings with Draymond. I mean, I think he's handled Draymond.
So
here we go.
Come on, man.
Hold on. Boy, can he
props here? I'm trying to give
props. Hold on. Draymond has done everything that you've been telling these other basketball players to do. Put elbows and ribs, punch niggas in their faces and shit. He's doing all that.
It works. But I'm trying to get the reason why Kerr has 4 championships, your 2 best players at the time, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, they don't have an ego. They're superstars without egos. They just bought in. I don't know if that now. I believe that was because Mark Jackson.
No, because you could have.
Steph got ego.
No, because he has an ego, but it's not one of those that's going.
He has an ego because he thinks he can shoot a bunch of threes, and we call him the best player in basketball. But besides that, no, Steph's ego.
All superstars.
That's one thing I give him. I get at the Steph. He's not a big personality. He's not an ego.
All superstars have an ego. but it's just some are bigger than others.
I
But
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
I think you have to have some type
Yeah,
of.
you have to. Yeah,
You
you
have
have to.
to. You have to.
Nah,
Great.
Curry ain't
have
show it. He ain't show it no time. I mean, he was a
Motherfuckers
he
throwing
was
he was throwing mouthpieces and shit. Man, come on, man. He got the ego.
I mean, hold on. This is. How do you not have an ego when you doing stuff
Come
like
out shooting
this?
half court shots
Hold
before
on.
the game. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah. He put
hold on.
motherfuckers to
You're
sleep.
talking about that. What about this? Is that not ego? You throwing bombs and that's not ego? Come on, man.
Yeah. Steph whole
The little
pregame
night,
retro was ego, yo.
the little night thing.
Now
That's cute. That's
I
cute.
will say that he's definitely, but off the court, his embodiment is I'm gonna go with the flow off the floor, which is why you can bring in a guy like Kevin Durant and he'd be like, bro, we good.
Yeah,
And
that's
KD, and KD's the one that has to come and say like, nah, bro, you got to go do you. Because that first year that they was together, he was like, nah, you got to, because he admitted Steph took a back seat at the beginning of that, when they first started playing together. He was like, he told Steph,
that's
bro,
what we
we're better.
figured out.
We're better.
KD's not the one.
We're
not
better. We're better when we're playing with you
you
as that
about to
alpha.
come play some bullshit, man.
This is why I'm glad you said it, not me. That's
KD
when we realized KD is not a one.
I mean, KD said he
But
won.
would they have beat LeBron's team without KD that next year?
No
They
way.
would have had. They didn't need LeBron.
No way.
They didn't need KD. If they would have had just anybody but Harrison Barnes, just a slight upgrade from Harrison Barnes, yes.
So you think definitely they would have beat them?
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
I don't think they get back. I've been a proponent of this. I don't think they get back to the finals if KD stays in Oklahoma City that next year. I think OKC comes out the West that year.
I think if they would have had a slight upgrade from Harrison Barnes,
Bro, well, no, quit talking about a slight upgrade. They got KD, bro. If they wouldn't have had KD,
yeah,
man, it was not. Bro, LeBron would have had another championship right now.
Yeah.
He
Everybody
would have had
know
5 right now.
we
Let's be real.
talk about Buddy with 6 finals losses. Like he got 6 of them things. Pick one. Pick one of the 6.
Let's go ahead. All right, before we get off of here, go ahead and do your little soliloquy, Ty. You've been bubbling to talk about this conversation. So let's go.
Well,
Yeah, Matt Stafford.
I mean, I said what I said. I'm just saying when you throw shots at my quarterback,
What was the shot?
you know what you put up? You put up dude talking about we ain't about to talk about Burrow like he a top 5 quarterback when he done missed the playoffs and all this other stuff. And
No. I need to make sure we're putting context with this. I said we can't continue after this season. We cannot continue. He said this is what he said. We can't continue to call Joe Burrow a top 4 quarterback if he misses the playoffs for a 3rd straight year. I don't see nothing. I don't see a problem with that.
so, okay, hold on.
No problem.
So
Or
can we call?
or he could be Lamar and get there and lose right away.
Hold on. So are we still putting Josh Allen up there?
Lamar.
No, hold on. We got to keep it straight. We got to keep it straight now. Are we still keeping Josh Allen up there if he don't make it nowhere this year?
Yeah.
He said not make the playoffs.
Ain't still keep. No. What's the difference between making it and?
Hold on.
I'm saying though.
There was another part of that. He also said the fact that he had no All Pros and no MVPs was part of that. The fact he didn't have any we were putting him up there with having no accolades, and the only reason why we have him up there is because he made it to the Super Bowl 4 years ago. That's essentially what y'all conversation is at this point.
No, he made the Super Bowl, then he went back to the AFC Championship,
and then missed the
that next year. And then hold on, then he got injured. We don't, y'all. He got injured. He ain't even get to play the whole season.
Time out. What was y'all record before he got injured? Yeah. Was y'all 7-3? Was it 7-3? Was it 7-3? Was it 5-5? Was it 4-5? What was the record?
I mean, but what does that have to do with us making it to the playoffs though? Like,
you're making it seem like y'all was just steamrolling until he left. Last time I checked, Last time I checked that season, if I
But
was, if you want
but
to be
we were
fair,
winning though.
hold on. Last time
Now
I checked,
we lost in the first part. Then when we start winning, everybody talking about they going on a run and shit. You know, we was like what? I think it was like was it 5-5 or some shit like that? Yeah.
and
So
Average.
we had lost what our first 4? I think it was 3 or 4, right?
2 or 3.
Okay.
You was 1-4 at one point, I think.
Yeah, but then what started happening though? We start winning, right?
Well, them surgery
So we
scores.
don't. So y'all don't know if we was gonna make it to the playoffs or not because he got injured,
All
and we
know
had
is
to
what
bring
y'all
in a
saw.
backup. This all I'm saying.
What I do know though is that Jake Browning came in and played pretty damn good, and he had a better record that year than Joe Burrow had.
Sure did.
He had
So
a better
what we're
winning
saying-
percentage.
So what you're saying is, if you have elite receivers, it's not difficult to throw to them. Is that what you're saying?
No, you say that shit all the time, bro.
I didn't say that.
Is that what
You say that shit. I don't know. You the only one say that shit. That
So
if you got
it's
elite
not
receivers,
difficult to.
you should be able to
not-
get to them. When that, you the only one say that shit, man. That's it. You the only one say that shit.
I mean, I'm just saying it's not.
We
difficult to
don't say that shit
elite
over this way.
receivers.
Saying, you got elite receivers. A backup should come in and be able to. No, that ain't how it go, man.
Jake,
But
That
that is
shit
how it
ain't how
went.
it go.
Jake looked
But
pretty
that is
good.
how it went.
Nah.
Jake Browning, he looked like he could do the job.
Yeah, he looked
Why
Yeah,
am I paying somebody
okay.
$275 million when I can pay somebody $2 million to do the same thing with elite receivers? But
I mean,
yeah,
Jake Browning, he looked pretty good.
Okay.
He looked pretty good.
I know. Matt Stafford cooked your man's in the soup in the bowl, man. That's all. That
But-
happened.
Wasn't no cook, man. We saying
Cooked
cook.
him.
To the original
Throwing
point,
no
though.
looks in the Super Bowl.
To the
bro.
original
He
point, though,
cooked.
if he comes out this year, y'all don't miss the play. Y'all miss the playoffs. There's no All Pro, no Super Bowl. Basically, a bunch of another season of empty calorie stats. Why are we still putting him in that conversation as the other 2 quarterbacks?
Ooh, so why are we
'Cause
still
he's-
putting Josh Allen in there then?
Huh?
He
The same
Josh
reason-
have MVP. Josh
But
Allen
he-
has MVP.
What
I'm
has he
not outside
done
of
with
Josh
it
Allen.
though? I'm just trying to say,
Goes
what
to the
has he
playoffs
done
every year.
with it?
Goes to the playoffs.
What has he done with them attributes? Nothing.
Division titles.
Absolutely nothing.
Division titles, playoffs.
I mean,
he's not missing
he's
the
got-
playoffs.
They got the same amount of Super Bowl rings as each other. So I mean, we've
They sure do.
we've got to take Super Bowl championship out of the conversation because it ain't like either one of them have championships. The only person that has a championship since Patrick Mahomes is coming into the league is Jalen Hurts.
That guy. That
Yeah.
So sorry, you putting let's keep it consistent here. Then is Jalen Hurts better than Joe Burrow?
sure is.
If you want to keep it just about playoffs.
He looked damn good this past. This
No,
past year.
I need a yes or a no, T.Y.
He looked damn good
You
this past year.
dancing around it because you.
I mean, I'm saying because Burrow was injured though.
When is he not?
He was injured, so you can't.
When is he not?
You want me to say? Hold on. You want me to say he better than Burrow when Burrow was injured for half the rest of the damn season?
I want you to
Is that
acknowledge.
what you want me to do?
I want you to acknowledge that he's better if your argument is Super Bowl is playoff success. I want you to acknowledge he's better. If your argument is playoff success, then you need to acknowledge.
No, that ain't my argument. I'm
So
saying
what's
this
your
is what I'm saying. Y'all saying Burrow has no attributes. He's did more than than 3 of the top 4. Well, 2 of the top 4.
Which is what?
No, he
But
hasn't.
Which is what?
he don't deserve to be up there, right?
He's done more. Describe more. What is more? What does more mean?
I mean, he's went further in the playoffs than them. He's at least touched the damn field. Like,
Where's
Okay.
the Jordan? Where's the Jordan?
Okay, so
where's Allen's?
They don't. None of them have it. So that's why we go straight to.
That's what I'm saying. So if Burrow don't. But so this is the thing. He put everything on Burrow. Like Burrow don't belong up there. at all with the top 4. But they ain't did shit either.
They're winning. They made
Except Hurts.
MVPs, MVPs,
And Mahomes.
MVPs,
And Mahomes. I mean, but the way
MVPs, and All Pros. They've at least get. They've at least
but
get.
they ain't did shit with them, bro.
Okay,
I mean,
let me give you
what
one
has
then.
Joe done? Go ahead.
We'll do this. I'm gonna help you out, Bray, because I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this Andy Burrow talk. He has the same exact resume as Brock Purdy. Y'all continue. Y'all continue.
Mm-hmm. So is Brock? So where does Brock Purdy fit in this?
Yeah, man, Brock Purdy don't come nowhere near fucking Burrow, man. Let's just stop.
Why?
Why? The
Bruh.
ability to throw the elite receivers is what Burrow does, what Purdy does.
He ain't nowhere near no fucking Burrow, bro. I don't care what y'all say.
Why?
Stop.
Give us the reason.
He choke artist, bro. Well, he had the injury the one game, so.
When did he choke?
What you mean? He done choked the last couple times he'd have been in the damn playoffs, bro. And he had some elite receivers. He had some dumb, stupid receivers out there, bro. And you talking about it's easy.
No.
See, this is the point I make. You talk about it's easy to throw the elite receivers. That boy had some dumb, stupid receivers out there and couldn't get it to him.
He don't have T and Chase, but Brock
Here we
Purdy
go. Here we go. That's where it go back to, though.
Brock Purdy is a Christian McCaffrey fumble and an idiot taking not going to win the game in regulation, letting it go into overtime away from a bowl. Brock Purdy did not lose a game.
That's the coach's fault.
Brock Purdy didn't lose a game. Okay.
That's the coach's fault.
We got a guy. We're talking about a guy who won an AFC championship throwing 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. And you talking about Purdy is just not better than that guy.
No.
Purdy didn't have 1 touchdown and 2 picks. Okay.
Don't give a damn. Don't compare him to my guy over this way.
What they have the same
I will
resume.
fight that to the end.
You can fight it all you want, but if you fight Burrow too hard, he's gonna end up in Kettering Health.
Yeah.
But what is the difference between?
Can't wait till we win the Super Bowl this year, man. I swear, bro. I swear I can't wait till we win the Super Bowl this year.
You got PlayStation 5? You playing Madden?
Yeah. Okay. I can't wait till we win the Super Bowl this year. Boy, I'm gonna set this motherfucker on fire, I swear, on everything I love, boy. Ooh-wee.
So, T.Y., let me ask you this. What's your ranking as far as quarterbacks right now?
Burrow one. Let me stop. I'm gonna put Jalen Hurts. He up there right now, so I'm gonna give him that. I'm gonna say Hurts. Who I'm putting at the Hurts? I'm gonna put.
You got Hurts going?
Huh?
You got Hurts going?
Yeah, I put him up there.
Okay.
I put him at 1. I mean, he just showed out at the man. He just showed out at the Super Bowl. I can't do nothing. I can't put him at no fucking 5 or nothing like that. That's
fair.
And after him, I'm putting Lamar Jackson at 3.
Who is
you didn't name 2.
I know. Hold on. I'm gonna make my way up because I'm not putting Lamar Jackson at 2. I'm not putting. Don't put him at 3, man. He ain't did shit but choked in the playoffs. You know what I mean? But
okay.
I'm gonna put him at 3. I'm putting Burrow at 4 because he got injured. Put my guy at 4, and at 2.
You gotta say his name. You gotta say his name. You just gotta say his name. I don't want to say his name, but you gotta say his name. The Steph Curry of football. You gotta go ahead and say his name.
Oh hell no! The way he just looked, he had 5.
What?
Yeah, Mahomes at 5, man.
Oh well.
So I should put him at 2.
The views of this podcast are reflective of only Ty.
So-
Okay? Nobody else feels
Nah,
this way.
nah. Should I put him at 2? You know I hate that
Absolutely.
man.
It's
I hate him.
It's show list, bro.
It's,
I
it's your
hate that
list.
man.
It's
So-
your
what you
list.
got to do.
All right, I got
It's show list.
Hurts. I'm not saying his name, but yeah, he go at 2, man. I ain't saying his name. Fuck that dude. I hate that dude. I never like him. Yeah. And that's my top 4 right there.
So so you got Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and then Joe Burrow.
I gotta put. He was injured. I gotta put him down there till he show out this year.
Okay.
Top four QB right there.
All right. I was just curious. See, you want to get yours?
Yeah, I ain't gonna just put my man at. See, y'all thought I was just gonna put Burrow number 1 because he gotta redeem himself this year. So yeah.
I agree with his top 3.
Oh Lord.
I agree with his top 3.
We know you never gonna agree with him being top nothing, bruh. So why would I listen to you, bruh? When he was doing what he was doing, when he was doing what he was doing, you was still saying he still ain't a top 5 quarterback. He just got a good.
That's not me. That's that guy.
That's both of y'all. That's both of y'all.
No, I got more faith in Andy Burrow than Bray does. I at least say he's the best thrower of the football to elite receivers in the game today.
Why do you act like he the only one that got elite receivers on his team, though, man? I'm just saying, like he ain't the only one that got elite receivers on his team that they had to that could do a lot on that could really move around the field, man.
You got the second best receiver in football, and you got a 6'5" matchup, huge body nightmare, who's arguably top 10. Nobody has that. Nobody has what Andy Burrow has. And then everybody else, well, they do something that y'all don't really know anything about. They run the football. So they don't have as many targets as, attempts as Andy has. So there's that.
Kurt, where do you have Joe at? Curious.
I'm trying to figure out. This is tough for me. It's too
It's gonna
early
be
on some people.
It's gonna be top 10, man.
What's wrong with top 10?
I'm not saying nothing wrong with it, but I know that's where he gonna be at with him.
So my number 4 is Matt Stafford. He has the ball with the arm. And I'm back and forth on Burrow and Josh Allen. I think I'm going to go Burrow at 5. Even with Allen's MVP, he's the Jalen Brunson of the NFL. Luka Doncic. Just the ball's just constantly in his hands. Like, just get a ball up, young man, but whatever. So I'm going to go Burrow at 5. Allen's going to be my 6.
You said Burrow 5, Allen 6?
Yeah.
All right. I ain't too mad at that. I'm shocked. I thought you was gonna say it was 8 or 9 or some bullshit.
Well, no, because you get into the likes of the Dak Prescotts, who he should be the number 1 tight end, but he's not a top 10 quarterback. Like, so it gets sticky. But again, I'm coming from the mindset of this is a horrible generation of quarterbacks. They're just highly paid 707 players. That's all.
Well, you can't say that because you can't say that because Jalen Hurts, he done been to 2 Super Bowl. I mean, his first Super Bowl he had to run for his life, but that wasn't really his fault. He had that line wasn't clicking like it was this past Super Bowl.
But again, that's you naming just Jalen Hurts. we not naming the guy who benefited off being Andy Reid's test dummy for football plays for 10 years now. So it's just, and then Lamar Jackson's a hell of a football player. I don't know if he's not the quarterback that I need him to be or want him to be, or I think he should be. I'll say it that way. He should be. He's gonna get him a bowl. It's probably gonna be in 2 years or so, but we're not gonna say this is the elite level of quarterback play. This is not the era for elite quarterbacks. This is elitely paid quarterbacks. They're not playing a position the way it needs to be played.
So what you? I guess you think these new quarterbacks coming in from the Shador Sanders gonna be the quarterbacks that.
No, I'm done with. I don't think I'm gonna see a quarterback that really oh man, that's a quarterback. I'm not gonna see that in a while. I have to slowly adjust to this horrible 707 QB.
But Bray, but when which one of y'all was rooting on Drake? Drake May y'all quarterback now, ain't he?
Yeah.
So
I'm not about to put Drake May top 5.
I'm just saying, y'all.
I will at the end of the season after he makes the playoffs for us, but right now I'm not about to do it. But I mean, if you put Drake May on the Kettering Health Kittens right now with Chase and Gesicki and Higgins and Burton and
he'll fuck the team up, man. We ain't about to even go there.
First round pick lineman. I mean, he would make the Super Bowl too.
Yeah, okay.
And he wouldn't end up on the operating table at the end of the season. So there's that. I know Bray, but I want to get Bray's top 5. But before I get to that, Jordan Love is better than Dak Prescott. Go ahead, Bray.
I agree with that.
Finally,
I don't think I ever said anything different.
Brock Purdy is too, but we don't. Yeah,
chill out with that one. So I would probably go. I don't know how we went from. I mean, I understand why Jalen Hurts is getting love from y'all. I get it, but Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. So I'm gonna go with him 1. 2.
You got him in 1?
I got him in 1. Okay. I'll ask this question real quick. What is your definition of a quarterback? Because I think that's why we're seeing it differently.
My definition of quarterback is for you to first of all, for you to elevate pieces around you, as well as to run the system the way it's supposed to be ran. That your coach be an extension of your coach on the field. That's what elite quarterback play is for me.
You ain't think Hurts did that?
Hold on. I would say Hurts did what he was supposed to do. As much as I like Jalen, that's a damn good football team that he has around him. He has probably the best offensive line in football.
Yes,
the best running back in football.
No,
he has 2 elite receivers on his team, and he's got
the best running back football's in Baltimore. But.
Okay, even if you want to say he's the best running back, I would say Saquon is at least top 2 or 3, right?
Yeah. Okay. I get
Okay. So you have an elite rushing game. 2, AJ Brown's a great receiver. And we talked about, you give Burrow problems for what he has around him. Devontae Smith's a pretty good number 2.
Yeah,
he okay. He okay.
He's a Heisman Trophy winner. He smoked O-State in one half of football for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in a championship game, so they couldn't win the championship. Yeah,
that's cool.
Dallas Goedert is
who won last year?
Let it go.
Who won this past year?
Let it go.
I'm just saying, 12-team playoff. Can I hear Mr. Boykins, who won it?
The $20 million roster. That's who won it.
Oh, okay. With that, what you call it? You call him a man boy?
Yeah, Julio Moss, whatever.
I'm just saying. All right, my bad. Go ahead, Bray. Go ahead, finish. My bad. Go ahead.
But like I said, that was a pretty damn good football team that Jalen Hurts played with this year.
But he,
I don't- But
What Patrick Mahomes literally had a guard kicking out the left tackle, bro. The toughest position, one of the toughest positions on football. Joe Tooney was literally,
but he's one of the highest paid linemen in the league. Like,
but he's a guard for a reason. Guards don't typically play left tackle. They don't typically.
But
It was hard, and we saw how tough it was for him when the Super Bowl came around. He got his ass whooped.
yeah. Well, that's it. But that's an elite defensive line. Let's not act like them some scrubs out there.
Okay.
We're going against scrubs.
But
he's going against an elite D line.
But the fact that you had to do that shows the problems that you had on an offensive line. I didn't even address what he had at right tackle. The guy who likes to have false starts on every fucking play. In Jawan Taylor. He's freaking terrible. The interior of his offensive line is solid. He's got a left tackle and right tackle who were problems all season long. And they went, 15-1?
I mean,
Does
he
he
step up in the pocket? And
does
read
he
the
have
defense,
here's another thing.
Step up.
Here's another thing. Does he have a number one receiver?
Yeah.
Who?
He was in trouble with the law.
Who?
Rice.
Yeah.
Didn't he go down week 4? He went down week 4.
I just said he was in trouble with the law.
But tore his knee up week 4. He didn't have him most of the season.
Yeah. You still had
and you still got to the Super Bowl. That's my point.
But
we
acting like the Chiefs had a trash roster. Like,
I'm not saying. Hold on.
They had Crenshaw Brown.
I'm not.
I'm just trying to figure out your point to say that.
Yeah, because he had
ain't no top.
What's the whole point? Where's the hole in that Eagles roster? I'll start there. Where was the hole in their roster this year?
Secondary.
No, it wasn't. They fixed that.
I know. It was a linebacking core. It was a linebacking core.
Didn't they linebacker win all the defensive player of the year? The linebacker won defensive player of the year, bro.
So you play with one linebacker or two? I'm just asking.
So hold on.
How is your linebacker a problem? And your linebacker wins defensive player of the year.
I just said, do you play with one linebacker? Just correct me if I'm wrong.
No. They have multiple.
Who was their first round pick? Who was their first round pick? This
they
year
didn't
in the
need
draft?
a guy who's gonna play linebacker. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You need more than one linebacker. Don't use Cincinnati logic. You need 2-3 linebackers, not just one safety. White safety playing linebacker. You need multiple linebackers.
I agree. You need multiple linebackers, but that wasn't a problem for them. That wasn't a problem for them. I'm talking about where's the hole? What hole did they have on that team?
They needed linebacker. They needed a third receiver. Those are you asked the question. I'm answering it. They did play with 2 rookie corners
who both showed out. One of them had a pick 6 in the Super Bowl.
But they're still rookie corners. You asking the question. I'm answering you.
So you saying because Eagles ain't had no holes in their team that.
Let me put it like this. Let me put it like this. Can I ask this question, Ty? If you switch Patrick Mahomes and switch Jalen Hurts, who wins the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
Does it change?
Oh. Nah.
Are you serious? You serious right now?
Okay. Well, we can do this.
The Kansas City Chiefs don't even make the playoffs, bro.
Oh,
they don't even make the playoffs. They don't even make the playoffs.
That's disrespectful.
They don't even make the playoffs.
Right. You ain't serious right now, bro. Why would you even say that, bro?
KC don't make the playoffs.
You know why he said that? You know why he said that? Because now I'm about to shoot. I'm about to get you. I'm about to get you. Open that door. I'm kicking it down. Because remember, Sam Presti deserves a championship. Does Howie Roseman not deserve a championship? Didn't he draft Jalen Hurts? Didn't he build that team?
The whole team.
Oh yeah. So he deserves a championship,
great team. It's a great team. You're making my point for me. What are you talking about?
He deserves a championship, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he deserved a championship.
What was the kick? What was the door that you just kicked down? Okay. What you want to say, Ty?
Not so you said switch them and Kansas don't even make it to the playoffs at all. You out your rabbit ass, man. What is wrong with you, bruh?
No,
The Patty
No.
You
Melt.
not serious, bruh. You ain't serious,
Yeah.
man.
how many one-score games did the Kansas City have this year? It was unprecedented, right?
I mean, but that's
Jalen Hurts
Kansas City.
not-
That
Jalen
they
Hurts
didn't
not
did that
winning
2 years and they didn't did that 2 years in a row, bruh.
But does
They
Jalen
did that
Hurts
the
not
year
win one-score
before when they
games?
went to the Super Bowl, and they always having 1-point games, bruh. Like
But what Patrick Mahomes has started to do is he started to be able to elevate to be that piece that elevates
Bruh.
you over to that point.
he
Started to do.
He did the same shit that Jalen Hurts had to do in their last fucking Super Bowl, but he had to run his ass off, bro. Without them runs, what? I'm just saying, bro.
Does Jalen Hurts not win one-score game? Like I'm trying to get back to that.
That's what I'm saying.
When did that-
You ain't
When
making
did
no.
that happen?
You're not making no point here, bro. Like you.
Hold on.
Them two quarterbacks. I mean, you can put Mahomes at one, cool. You can put Jalen Hurts at two, but at the end of the day, they both do the same fucking thing, bro.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No,
Yes, they do. They extend the plays, bro. What is you talking about?
No, they don't.
They distribute the ball to their playmakers at a high
Oh
level.
my gosh, man! Yes, they do,
I
bro.
love Jalen Hurts.
No, you don't. No, you
I
don't.
do. I really do. I
no
like
lie.
Jalen Hurts. I really do.
No,
But
see
to-
how it went from
but
love
to
to like.
flip- hold on.
You
Hold
don't
on.
respect this game.
But to sit up there and say he's anywhere near the passer that Patrick Mahomes
That's
is,
what that's the
that's
point you were trying to make.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
That's the point you're trying to make.
He's
the
nowhere
point you
near
wanted
the
to make.
passer that Patrick Mahomes is.
They extend the play, man. Both of them do the same fucking thing. Bro.
No.
They extend the play, bro.
No, I give Jalen Hurts credit. Both of those guys can play from the pocket. It's not just about extending plays. Both of them.
They both extend the play, bro. I mean,
Okay.
they
Jalen
both
Hurts is
extend the
not
play,
the-
man.
Jalen Hurts wasn't even an MVP of his own team this year, bro. It was Saquon Barkley.
I mean, who was this Saquon?
No.
It was
That's incorrect.
Saquon.
That's incorrect. That's incorrect.
It was,
Let's
oh
stop.
my God.
Please stop.
So
Let's please stop.
who came in second in MVP? Who came in second in MVP? It was Saquon. It was
Josh
Saquon.
Allen won MVP with worse stats than Lamar Jackson. Let's not do that. Let's backtrack. Let's backtrack. Let's come back. Let's backtrack. Let's back. You're Patrick Mahomes has the second best arm in pro football behind Matt Stafford. I will give you that. There's no argument there. Patrick Mahomes also has Andy Reid.
Okay.
Does he not?
Okay.
One of the greatest offensive-minded coaches we've ever seen.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes himself said he has not read a defense.
That was after his first year. No, we're not about to do that. His first year, he said that. He's been reading defense recently. You're not about to keep holding a quote behind him.
Patrick
From his first year as a starter.
Hold on.
We're not doing
You
that.
You're reading the defense, but you running out of the pocket damn near every play.
That's not what he's doing every play. That's ridiculous.
He's not stepping up and throwing.
Yes,
No,
he is, bro.
No, he's not, bro. No, he's not, bro.
So
You're not
we're not
watching.
What were we watching then? That man was out of the pocket more than ever when he sitting in the pocket, bro. He's a play extender, bro.
He
is terrible at reading. He is terrible at reading defenses, bro. He's terrible.
Go.
He's been terrible.
Okay.
Go, Ty, go.
He's terrible, bro.
Buddy had to leave. You talked about. I told you. If you talk about Curry, you talk about Mahomes. Buddy get too emotional, man.
Oh, there you go. Well, I was about to say,
emotional, man.
No,
For
my
what
microphone. My microphone unplugged.
Nah. Now everybody saw you crash out. It's okay. Yeah.
My microphone. My microphone right here.
Nah, everybody saw you crash out. No, it's okay. It's okay. But for what Mahomes has over Hurts as a passer, Hurts has over Mahomes in athleticism, extending plays, running the football. So the passer thing ends up balancing itself out. It balances itself out.
Okay.
Definitely. Come on, Bray,
okay.
man. You
Nobody's
know this,
saying
bro.
No,
the
no,
Chiefs
I
don't
don't.
have a bad football team.
No, I
The
don't.
Chiefs do not have a bad football team.
I didn't say they had a bad football team. I said
Like
that they had
it keeps.
glaring holes that Patrick Mahomes was able to overcome. The last 2 seasons,
Then why
Kansas-
would the
hold
experts
on.
pick- Okay.
Kansas City wasn't even picked to make the Super Bowl the last 2 seasons, bro. They won it
Okay.
last year.
Okay, and then when now my rebuttal to that is this year, and when they were picking the Super Bowl, when it was the Chiefs versus Eagles, why did nobody pick the Eagles again? Why did everybody pick the Chiefs?
Because of Patrick Mahomes. You don't pick
And
against
look what he
Patrick
did.
Mahomes. You don't pick
And
against
look what he
Patrick
did.
Mahomes.
Look
It
what he
wasn't.
did.
It was not because of matchups. Matchups said that what we were going to see on what we saw on that Sunday was going to happen. Defensive line was better than the Chiefs' offensive line. Eagles
And
offensive line.
stop.
Eagles offensive line much better than the defensive line for Kansas City Chiefs. That's what
I'm
we
just
saw.
saying we didn't
That's
see
what we
Mahomes
saw.
lose 2 Super Bowls by 20 plus points. So we're gonna stop giving him
Yeah.
all this praise and love and admiration. He done
and
lost
he
2
still
Super
got
Bowls
three-
by 20 plus
and he
points.
still has 3 Super Bowls, bro. He still got more Super Bowls than any quarterback that is currently playing right now.
And my point earlier, this is a
But you-
bad crop of quarterbacks. I
Well-
have not went away from that. But
So what
we
point?
have to also bring up he has
I
lost
still
2 Super Bowls, 20 plus points.
I still don't understand the point you was making, Bray. Like you bringing up Patrick Mahomes, basically making you basically you were saying what Patrick Mahomes makes his team better, and you didn't. So you don't see. So you don't see. So you don't see Hurts that did that either.
I don't.
Or-
I think Jalen Hurts has done he's done a phenomenal job at quarterback. As far as I don't even want to use the gay word managing because it comes off as bad. But he has a great team around him. Just don't fuck it up. That's it. Don't mess it up. It's an engine. Just don't mess it up. Don't screw it up. Make a play here and there.
The switcheroo was still crazy, bro. I don't care.
Bro,
The switcheroo was crazy. That was crazy.
No.
That's crazy, bro.
No. Because we
That's
saw
crazy.
because we saw what the Eagles were the year prior when they had bad play calling, horrible play calling, and their defense wasn't as good. When he had to carry a bad defense and
They
the
made the
offense,
playoffs.
and didn't they lose 6 straight games? Oh,
They made the playoffs.
they lost 6 straight games, bro. When Jalen Hurts had to be the guy,
They
and they
made the
weren't,
playoffs.
and they weren't a great team, they struggled.
They
I
made
mean,
the
but
playoffs.
I know, but they still made the playoffs and they made it to a
made the-
Super Bowl.
They made the playoffs. And
They didn't
you
make the Super
talking
Bowl.
about
They didn't make it to the Super Bowl. They went out. They got beat in the first round. They were a mess.
but you
No, I'm talking
but
about the first time they went to the Super. I'm just saying that first time they went to the Super Bowl, he didn't have that.
It was a great
Yeah,
team. It was a great
And that
team
boy-
the first time.
and he made 4 touchdowns by himself.
It was a great team. He still had a great team.
but he
made 4 touchdowns by himself, bro. The team was not that great, bro.
I hear what you're saying, Bray, but in the same, my argument to that is, well, Jared Goff has the same thing. Why is he not looking like Jalen Hurts?
What?
I don't know what the what is for. Is the Lions not a great team?
They're a great football team. Jalen Hurts is better than
Definitely.
Jared Goff.
And
Jalen Hurts
they
is
got
Here's
both
the
sides
player.
of the ball too.
He's better than Jared Goff. I never said he wasn't better than Jared Goff.
But your thing was just don't fuck it up. Well,
Jared Goff fucks it up at times. Yes, absolutely. So what are we talking about here?
it's not. But it's my point is it's not very. It's not easy to not fuck up.
Oh, I didn't say it wasn't easy. I said being a game manager and managing the game and operating the system, it's not easy. But when you have a ton of talent around you, it's a lot. It's not as hard.
So
It's not as hard.
So can we say Mahomes was a game manager this year and went 15-1 being the game manager?
Potentially, absolutely. There were parts of this season where Patrick Mahomes had to just play a game managing role because that's all that was required. Defense was good, and
As an extension player.
Hold on.
Because they were a good football team.
As an extension player.
No. Because the
Yeah,
defense.
As an extension player.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Go ahead.
The defense was elite. The defense was elite, and I give him that. Defense was elite. Problem was that offense had issues. Primarily, what I talked about on the offensive line. Your number one receiver was out. Travis Kelce is literally a shell of himself. He was literally debating retirement. Who's his number one?
Matter.
Who's his number one?
I mean, and this is a compliment of Mahomes. And people will say Tyreek Hill was his number one. Tyreek Hill is really a speed gadget guy. Like
Kelce was his number one.
Kelce
was his number one for all those years.
Yeah. So he still had.
Yeah, this Super Bowl, yeah.
He still had his number one. Because I've always thought Kelce was his number one.
Travis is old now, though, bro. He's lost his stat.
But he still is. He's still a zone killer. He's
They
still a
just-
zone killer.
They just knew they just knew to play double high on his ass, man, and
He
shut
still
that
sits
shit
down
down.
And that's my point. He's no longer the guy that he used to be. Still good. Still no longer the guy that he used to be. You lost your number one.
Because defense wasn't getting played against him.
You lost your number one. You lost your other number one target, and then your offensive line had issues. If you telling me Patrick Mahomes, you dropped Patrick Mahomes into that situation in Philly, how do they not win a Super Bowl, bro?
But you saying drop Jalen Hurts in
Kansas,
and he don't make the playoffs.
Well, the reason I say that because Barkley wouldn't have the season he had with Patrick Mahomes.
Why wouldn't he?
Lord,
they run the football. They run the football.
When has Kansas City had a 1,500-yard rush?
When have they had a guy that can do that? Exactly. Pacheco's solid, but no.
Pacheco, I mean, if he wasn't on a team that throws the ball 40 times a game, I think he could get 1,500.
No.
That's the thing, man. That's why that's where the contradictory come in at. Like,
we're not doing that.
Yeah, like
I'm just saying, like you
don't want Barkley without Hurts. He didn't get 2,000 yards.
You don't want to put.
He was a 16-yard receiver in the Giants for 1 year, bro.
Just an extension player, bro. He's a great extension player.
Barkley got 2,000 yards with the Giants?
No, but he had an MVP caliber year. Hold on. Didn't he drag Daniel Jones' ass to the playoffs? That was Saquon, right?
Drag is a tough word to say, but yeah, he got him there. They got there. Was he second in MVP? Once again, another crash out.
Nah, he keep moving his head back too much. Hot damn it.
He's crashing out, man. Like we acting like Hurts didn't help Barkley. Like
quit moving your head back.
Just ran
break
wild.
down.
Hurts didn't run. Hurts' ability to do the zone read and RPO helped Barkley. Hurts being a running threat helped Barkley. These things helped Barkley.
Okay.
Like everybody just give Barkley all this credit. Like, okay, we've seen you without Hurts. We've seen Hurts without Barkley, and Hurts went to the bowl.
And
Hurts went to the bowl.
They missed playoffs last year.
Who?
The Eagles. I mean, they went out in the first round. My bad.
No. You said they missed playoffs, which is an untrue statement.
They went out in the first round. You know what I meant, bro.
No, but they made the playoffs.
They went out.
Made the playoffs.
They went out.
So we don't keep saying Hurts is not gonna make the playoffs when he makes the playoffs.
He still had a good team last year, bro.
He makes the playoffs. Your statement was he would not make the playoffs.
He's made the playoffs.
Simply, he makes the playoffs.
He makes the playoffs. with the Eagles.
but not with Kansas.
For me to acknowledge, that would take for me to acknowledge that Andy Reid is going to put in the push. Is that going to happen?
No, you said to Kansas. Kansas don't do the tush push, right?
So how many
Okay,
touchdowns?
cool.
How many touchdowns does that take away from Jalen Hurts?
We acting like that's the only way he scores.
Yeah,
They
like
do that because they know it works.
15 touchdowns this year, bro, from the tush push. What are we talking about here?
We acting like Buddy don't have a 700-pound squat because he touches steel. He touches steel. We acting like he can't just do a regular QB sneak. We acting like he can't just go drop back and do a QB draw up the middle and still get that 1 yard.
Is that something that Andy Reid is going to do?
Well, he can't do it because Patrick Mahomes, the last time he did a QB sneak, missed a month of football because he broke his kneecap. So he physically can't do it. He wants to do it.
He can do it.
game play is
No, he
gonna be
doesn't.
different, but he's making the playoffs with Kansas, bro.
He can't do it.
We disagree. That's okay. That's okay. We disagree.
What do the Chiefs do on short yardage situation?
We disagree.
They put Blake Bell in and to do a QB sneak. Patrick Mahomes physically can't do a QB sneak.
He can.
These are the facts.
It's not he physically can't do it. It's the fact you don't want him to take that hit. There's a difference. Why even risk it? There's not a physical.
The last time he did it, he broke his kneecap.
Okay, that's not the same thing as physically not being able to do something. That's being cautious. There's a difference, bro.
He can't do it, man.
He can't do it.
Okay.
He don't have a 700-pound squat.
Okay. Can I finish?
You know he can't do it, bro. You know he can't do it, man.
Can I finish my list off?
Go ahead. Do your thing. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. So, I have Patrick Mahomes 1. I have Lamar Jackson 2. I have Lamar Jackson 2. I have Josh Allen 3. I have Jalen Hurts. No. I have Matthew Stafford 4.
I'm about to crash out.
I have Matthew Stafford 4. And then I have Jalen Hurts 5. And then I have Joe Burrow 6. Oh, no. I don't have Joe Burrow 6. I have Jaden Daniels 6 and then Joe Burrow 7.
1 year?
That's all it took.
I'm about to let you have it, bro. Why would you do this, bro?
It's my list.
Oh my goodness.
You got Hurts at 5?
Yeah, he got Hurts at no. You said Hurts at 5. He thinks Hurts is nothing but tush push, and that's fine. He can think that.
That's top 5.
You got a guy who played
I have top 5.
1 year. You got a guy who played 1 year over Burrow.
At 6.
That's crazy.
You got Jaden Daniels over Burrow.
He's done more in the last 2 years than Joe Burrow has.
He hasn't played 2 years.
Hey, that's all. And in that 1 year, he's done more than Joe Burrow has in those 2 years.
Man, stop, man. That's like putting a vet against a
Hold on. I saw Jaden Daniels outplay Joe Burrow this year as well. I did see that. And last time I checked, I saw that happen. But Patrick Mahomes has a Super Bowl in the last 2 years. I'm sorry. He has a championship in the last 2 years.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But I have Jaden Daniels at 6 and Joe Burrow at 7.
Wow.
I thought you was gonna be the bad one, boy. Hot damn.
Lamar Jackson.
I told you it's not me.
You mad? Hold on. No, notice. You didn't have a problem with me putting Lamar Jackson in 2.
Who did?
Curtis. He didn't say nothing about me putting Lamar Jackson in 2. And I'm supposed to be the Lamar hater, is what he tells me. What he calls me.
You are.
Oh yeah, I put him at 3. But you put
2 MVPs, so you can't.
You put
your list is accolades. Your list is accolades, so I can see how you can put
my list is fairly is mostly based off of accolades and what you've done. Yeah, for sure. That's why that and how you play and how you maximize the talent around you as far as playing the quarterback position.
So if Lamar Jackson on Kansas City, is they make it to the playoffs?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And Hurts is too. And
absolutely, Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. better quarterback.
I don't see it, bro. And I ain't gonna. I mean, I don't want to see. I don't see it. You're not seeing it, bro. I don't see it.
He's a better quarterback.
I can't agree or disagree with that.
It's not worth debating. He's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Yeah.
Why?
I'm not here to that. I'm not going to debate that one. I'm just I hear you. I just got to get the Jaden Daniels thing is throwing me off. Like that's the one that's like.
And then mind you, the Jaden Daniels, that one might be just me being biased.
Okay.
I'm very high on Jaden Daniels, so that's why I have him at 6. I'm very high on him.
What I saw
Jaden do last year is something I've never seen from a quarterback, and that is a team sit up there and tell you, we putting the ball in your hands no matter what. If we can just get the ball to you with the game on the line, you gonna get it done. I saw that from him all season long.
So you ain't never seen. Okay.
And I'm a Jaden Daniels guy. I love the kid again. SEC strong, best conference in college football ever. But he does have he has some Mahomes. He has that Mahomes, the Mahomes help that I give. He has an elite play caller, elite play designer in Cliff Kingsbury.
I don't take that away from him.
Okay, no, I'm just saying that in reference to
I mean, I saw. That, so, we saw Kyler Murray with Cliff Kingsbury, right?
He made the playoffs. He made Kyler Murray a $200 million quarterback, and all he does is play Call of Duty.
I mean, he didn't look like Jaden Daniels.
Well, he's physically not Jaden Daniels.
Okay, that's my point.
Yeah,
he's 5'2" and plays Call of Duty.
Short.
Jaden Daniels is actually
okay. So Jaden Daniels is better than Kyler Murray. There's you still got the talent, still got to be there.
Duh. I mean, This is
Josh Rosen. Didn't look that way with Josh Rosen?
Is Josh Rosen a Heisman Trophy winner?
I mean, he's a top 10 quarterback that was taken.
Is he a Heisman Trophy winner?
He was a top 10 quarterback that was taken. He was a talented guy.
Is he a Heisman Trophy winner?
And you brought up play calling. Is my point. Your whole saying is when you have a great play caller. Yeah, Josh Rosen. He couldn't do that with Josh Rosen.
I mean, there's been Josh Rosen was never that guy. We're not gonna get into that. We don't have all day for that. But
so I'm saying
Jaden Daniels has plenty of talent.
And mind you,
and it's helped with having
you can have all the talent in the world, but but it's something about having that it factor that when I can say I'm putting the ball in your hands at that age in your first season, and I'm gonna tell you go win football games, bro. I ain't never seen that from a rookie quarterback.
Well, he is 24. He did 6 years of college.
I mean, but we've seen guys come in the league at 27 and not do that. We saw Winky, right?
Bro, did you just compare Jaden Daniels to Chris Winky?
You just said he was. You said he was old. You said he was older. You said he was an older quarterback. We saw. We saw Brandon Wheaton. Brandon Wheaton came in the league with a whole lot of knowledge. That's all I'm saying.
We just throwing out names.
I'm not throwing out names. I'm literally
talking about Brandon Wheaton.
And you said, okay, Jaden Daniels is
2025.
You're getting my point. You're getting to my point. He's different. It's not about the fact he came in at age 24. He is different. And I'm high on Drake May. Jaden Daniels is different. That kid is different, bro.
For our our loyal listeners, I just want to point out. I said Jaden Daniels was the number 1 quarterback in this class, and somebody said Caleb Williams. I just wanted that out there.
Oh my God, bro!
I just want to put that out there. I'm just ready to.
Bray said.
I said Williams. I said Jaden.
I mean, Caleb went 1. He went 1. So it wasn't just me. He went 1,
and he looked terrible. And Jaden Daniels didn't. So
Caleb didn't look terrible. You go from one extreme to another. Caleb didn't look terrible, bro. Don't do that.
He didn't.
He did.
He didn't look terrible.
He
He
did look
did,
terrible.
Bray, man. Come on, man.
They were 4-2. They were 4-2
You
in
don't,
week 6.
Bray.
They were 4-2 by week
Everything ain't got to be this, Bray. Everything
Yeah.
ain't got to be fight the power, man, all the time, bro.
Yeah,
If he
he
look
was terrible.
terrible,
It's okay.
he
It
looks
was okay. It's okay.
it's all right, man.
Terrible,
All
bro.
right.
It's all right.
Oh,
It's all right. Fingernail painter looked terrible. Hopefully he does it this year.
You hate Caleb Williams. Thank you. You hate Caleb Williams. Let's get that out there. You hate Caleb Williams. You don't like the kid.
I don't like him.
Okay, so let's take that. Let's take that out of there, bro. Let's not even
But
talk about that.
me not liking him doesn't mean he did not look terrible.
He didn't look terrible.
Because he's a 7-on-7 quarterback. He's gonna
He's
figure it out with a great OC, but he's a 7-on-7 quarterback. He's not gonna read a defense. He has a good arm. He likes to throw from goofy arm angles.
Hurt.
But he
All right. I got anything before we get off, bro?
he telling the truth though. I don't
that's
agree
his
with
guy.
Boyk. It's
That's
too
his
much,
guy, so
but
he's not listening to that.
I know, Bray. You think we just jumping you today, man? Nah, it ain't like we.
It ain't got nothing to do with jumping. I'm just perturbed by what I'm hearing about this idea of Patrick Mahomes not reading defenses and all this other stuff. But go ahead.
He
It's hard to read
don't.
the defense when you do a bunch of
He
gadget
don't.
plays.
Okay.
When
He
guys do a ring
don't, Bray.
All right.
He
All
don't
But-
read
all right.
defenses.
All right.
I mean, when you have to do a ring around the rosy before
I hear you,
before you snap the football,
I hear you. I hear you, bro.
like what are we doing here?
I hear you.
What are you reading?
I hear you.
Like it looked like circle time at a daycare, and then hike. Like what are we reading?
Look, Bray, I see you hold your laugh in, man, because
It's true.
you know it's the truth, man.
He throw it Blake Bell to do
Bro,
a
we gotta
like
we gotta go, bro. Come on.
All right. As usual.
What you
Appreciate
into
y'all for
with,
tuning
Bray?
in.
We're gonna let you go first, Bray. Go ahead, man.
Yeah,
I got
you
nothing.
go first.
I got nothing. I'm trying to get off.
We know
here.
you ain't got nothing.
No, I ain't got nothing because I'm trying to get this done in enough time where I can have these AI generated.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he's talking
You'll see.
about, guys.
We'll
But
see.
again, thank y'all for tuning in as always. Like, share, do all that good stuff. As of tomorrow, man, I gotta support it. High school football is officially, I guess some people started last week, other teams are starting this week. So it's now summer. High school football is start of year 7 for me. We are gonna get that high school coaches podcast.
Oh, get off! Come on, we got 1 minute. Hurry up,
Calm down.
Yeah, calm down, bro.
bro. We got like 45
We're gonna
seconds.
get that in.
We've been on here for almost
Appreciate
2
y'all,
hours.
and Jalen Hurts is just better than than Mahomes.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Same thing. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. We gonna keep going, man. We know we got our brother Muhammad
Yeah.
Bray over here that wanna
I'm trying to
wanna
get
be
off
there.
here. We got like 10 seconds, bro.
All right, y'all. We out, man. Go ahead, man. Do your thing, man. Hey, keep tuning in, y'all.
Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, man.